God day. Mm. What's popping? What's popping? What's popping, y'all? Oh boy. Another amazing Monday. How many know it's so much power in Monday? So much power in Monday. Even though I believe Sunday is the first day, but a lot of people see different. It's all good. But let me tell you how you shift your perspective. Welcome to the Morning Shift with Corey Cofield, where we shift your perspective to only see what you wish to experience. To only see what you wish to experience. Make sure this cameras are all good here. So I'm streaming on TikTok, streaming on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, streaming on Instagram, Twitch. Thanks for jumping in. Today we talking about the truth is in the pudding. So if y'all see me looking like here and here, it's because I got like two cameras, and I'm gonna be looking towards that. So welcome to the Morning Shift with Corey Cofield, where we shift your perspective to only see what you wish to experience. Today we're gonna be talking about the truth is in the pudding. The truth is in the pudding. The truth is in the pudding. What that mean? We're going to be talking about the truth about who you really are, who we really are. And in order to be successful, we gotta have a perspective, right? And so, again, if you're just popping out, just seeing me, my name is Corey Cofield. I am a transformational guide, which means I help people find their passion. You can go over to CoreyCofield.com, the website, and you can know more about me and what I do. It's CoreyCofield.com. But as I said, I'm a transformational guide, so I help people find their passion, then I give them detailed steps on how to get to it, right? What's the difference between a transformational guy and a coach? Some people ask me, right? So it's my belief that in my perspective of life, how I grew up, a coach is an amazing person. A coach is a person that can help you shift your life. They can help you do a lot of stuff. That's what a coach is, right? In my life, coaches have always taught me. They've always been there. But one thing about a coach is when they teach a student what to do, they then let the student go out on their own and go do it, right? So when you in a baseball game, the coach teach you different things, but in the game, the coach not in the game with you. He on the sideline watching you do it, right? Now, but a guide is a person that one typically has been where he's taken the person. Two, know the route. And three, a guide goes with you through every single part. You ever took a guided tour? The guide don't sit back and just point you like, go, yeah, you got it, buddy. You got it, mate. Hey. The guide don't do that, right? The guide is walking with you through it all, right? And so that's my perspective. I'm going to walk with my clients through every bit. Let me clean this camera, make sure it's good. I'm gonna walk with my clients. Yeah, there it go. Yeah. I'm gonna walk with my clients through every aspect of life. Like we got business coaching, we got um, personal performance coaching, where we just help you with your personal performance, making sure you hitting all the goals and stuff that you want to do, right? Making sure you're hitting all the goals, everything you want to do with your life. We making sure you do that, right? Like I said, we got business, and then we got life guiding, where we work with life issues. Like me, I grew up with a lot of self-conscious issues, right? I grew up with a lot of things that held me back and made me think I was less than the other people, right? Even in school, a lot of things I went through was digs at my confidence. It was digs at my my mission in life. Like things that happen when you're little, sometimes they can dig away at your belief system, your core. Like if your belief is taken from you when you were a child, and from no fault of your own, that sticks with you through your life, man. And you have to go back and build your confidence back. Because let me tell you, people will try to steal your confidence. And if they can steal your confidence, they got you. Right? If they can steal your confidence, they got you. They can tell you, oh, you're not that good. And that's why it's important to be quiet. That's why it's important to do what you got to do, handle your business, and don't even talk about it. Just get to it. Because let me tell you, people will judge what you're doing based upon their capabilities. You feel me? And you can't never do that. You can't judge what I'm called to do in my life based upon your capabilities or your failures that you had. And unfortunately, when you tell people what you got to do and what you're called to do and what your plan is, they automatically run that past their life to see if it's doable or not. Did you know that? People will, you tell somebody, oh, listen, I want to start a business, man. I got a new idea. I want to start a business. Right away, they calculate what you told them based upon their abilities. And then they give you an opinion. Like, I don't know if that's going to work. Why? Because they can't see their self doing it. See, most people can't see past their own nose. And that's not being rude to people, but it's just true. Most people are programmed. Most people are programmed with a certain belief. And if you think about it, when you little, when you're young and you're a child, everything is about performance based. Did you do good or did you do bad? Like everything is based upon that. And they start you off judging yourself. Even as a little child, you're starting off in school judging yourself. This is set up, y'all. This stuff is on purpose. This stuff is all meant to break your belief, to make you think that you need them, to make you think that you need corporate America in order to survive, to make you think that you need this person or that person. But let me tell you, man, you don't need, listen, yes, everybody needs a team. I agree with that. But I'm saying in order to get it's not one person that you can't operate without. Do you understand me? It's not one person that walks out your life and then your whole thing shut down. It's not two people. It's not three people. A whole slew of people can walk out your life if they don't believe in what you're doing. But you know what? If your belief is real, then God will replace them. And that's why I say when people walk out your life, let them. Let them. Deuces. Because the people who you're meant to be with, the people who meant to take you where you need to go, you're going to bump into them people naturally. And that's why even in my book, man, follow your yellow brick road. Your passing lease is your provision. You can go over to the website to get it. You know what I'm saying? But this book it talks about this stuff I'm talking about, right? Even when you jump out and you get on your path, you're going to naturally meet the people conducive to helping you jump the line. You're going to naturally meet the people conducive to helping you move forward. But they're going to be on your path. They're going to be on your specific path. That's why it's super important to do what you called to do. That's why it's super important to walk down the street you're supposed to walk down. You can't walk down your mom's street where she was meant to walk down for her life, or your dad, or this person. A lot of women, shout out to the women. Man, a woman is the most beautiful thing in the world when I'm talking about how they're set up and built. Like typically, unless she's been injured or hurt, and that happens a lot. But typically, a woman is meant to nourish. She's meant to care for something. She's made to care for something, in her DNA to love something, to take something and make it better. If you give a woman a house, you're going to have a home. You give a woman, a good woman, a bunch of groceries and stuff, man, she going to make a dinner. And before you know it, you eating a creation. With the help of a man, she creates a child. Women are made to create, man. But the thing is, as powerful as you are as a woman, I see so many women give up everything they're supposed to do for their life for their man. Now, it's cool being supportive, but at the end of the day, when we unalive, it's one to a box. It's one to a box. And you gonna be looked at based upon what you were meant to do on your yellow brick road, man. This stuff is real. And if you put down your yellow brick road to take up another person's yellow brick road, your life will not be divinely fulfilled. And when you put down your dreams and when you put down what you were called to do and you for somebody else, in the long run, it causes disdain. What word am I looking for? Is that a word? Once a woman puts down what she was meant to do and it's for a man, and then the man, if something goes wrong, or the man starts to prosper and do it, and then she's in the house with the kids, and her whole life is held up, that will build up resentment. And before you know it, you mad at him subconsciously and you don't even know it. Excuse me. Because you've given up what you were called to do for his purpose. Now, even if you're married to your husband, you can support everything he do, but at the end of the day, you have something you was meant to do for you. Every person has their thing. Now, is it possible that your thing as a woman could be to support him? Yeah, that can be sometimes. But typically, everybody got their own reason why they were put here, and everybody got their own thing to do. We're talking about the truth is in the pudding. See, when we have the right perspective, when our eyes are open to a perspective that's correct, it allows us to grow. And that's why we listen. So I'm changing my schedule too. I'm telling everybody now, like Sunday is going to be my preparation day. So I'm not going to be streaming on Sundays no more. It's just going to be Monday through Saturday, 5:30 a.m. PST, 7:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern. We're talking about the truth is in the pudding. And so we develop in the proper perspective. And the proper perspective is that we were designed to win. Did you know that you were designed to win? That everything that's in you was designed and just naturally created to be good, prosperous, and healthy? Say, we're getting the best, we're getting a new perspective. So if you know that you were literally bred to win, and you know really and truly, if you followed your yellow brick road, you're not going to lose. Listen, I purposely put the bricks looking a little. See, if you look at this, the bricks looks a little rugged. You can tell if you ride your bike down these bricks, you're gonna be like, right? But the purpose of that to say your yellow brick road is not always gonna be so smooth. It's not. Sometimes you're gonna run into issues. You're gonna run into obstacles in your path. You know what I'm saying? Make sure it's not too loud. You're gonna run into obstacles in your path. right? You're gonna run into all kind of things. But the point is, when you're on your path, you'll get over them. And they're meant to help you win. You feel me? If you encounter anything, on your path, on your yellow brick road, I'm talking about the calling for your life. Anything you encounter in that process is meant to be able to help you win in some way, shape, or form. Anything you encounter when you're walking in your calling, let's say it like that, because some people want to hear that term, right? When you're walking in your calling, when you're doing what you were meant to do, whatever God put you on earth to do, if you're in that lane, everything that you go through in that lane is meant to help you grow. And that's why, for the people who know, even the Bible said that all things work together for the good of those who are called by Christ, according to his purpose, right? So everything we go through is meant to help us win when you're on your path. So yeah, we are meant to win. We are. Our DNA is set up for us to prosper. I'm doubling down on that because I really want us to understand that point. If you know the game was rigged, don't you play a different way? Turn this camera a little bit. If you know the game was rigged, wouldn't you play it a little different? If you knew you can't lose, how would you go into the game, man? If you knew you can't lose, how would you go into the game? You walking in that joint like, it's a confidence you're going to walk in the gym. Just think if you knew it was all set up and you had no way you can lose this game. God dang. Wouldn't you walk in the gym a different way? Let's use another example. If you saw a movie before and you done saw this same movie 4 or 5 times, wouldn't you watch it different? Even if it's your favorite movie, you excited and stuff like that, but you're not scared. You're not fearful of a movie if it's a scary movie. You might like what you see. If you know you win, you go through things a different way. If you know you win, you react different when stuff happens. We're talking about the truth is in the pudding. It's Monday, the top of the week, and I just want to open up with letting everybody know an amazing perspective. I want to put the right perspective in our mind and let you know you win. Then let you know that you were designed to win. Let me read something to you. Welcome to the morning shift, where we align your mindset with your mission. In today's show, I'm going to talk about a bold truth. You were never meant to settle. You were only meant to succeed. Despite the struggles, disappointments, or setbacks you face, the truth remains. You are designed by God to prosper. You are meant to walk in health, abundance, and divine favor. You were created to win, and it's time to reject every lie that says otherwise. Some of the things we're going to go over today is why human beings are hardwired to grow, thrive, and succeed. See, we're going to get into it, not just talk. We're going to get into scientific proof to show you that we are made to win, that our bodies are designed for growth and winning. We're going to talk about how to break free from limited beliefs that block your, I don't like to say potential, because potential means maybe, but not now. So we're going to talk about how to break limited beliefs that limit your perspective in life, because we know your perspective creates your life. If your perspective is that certain people are bad, or you know what I'm saying, or they're not good, or people drive a certain way, certain people, you're going to experience that. Unfortunately, if your perspective is negative, you're going to have a negative experience in life. That's how it works. So we're going to be talking about how to break those limited beliefs that creates these blockages. Because listen, every time we walk in low vibrational energy, did you know you become a repellent? Do you know you become a repellent? You literally push away the things that you believe in for. Did you know that? You literally push away the things that you believe in for. When you moving on low vibrational energy. So it's super important. It's super important to watch your energy. So that's some of the things we're going to be talking about today. We also going to talk a little bit about the spiritual and practical truth behind prosperity, health, and favor. You were designed to win. And we're going to also talk about how to activate your winning season, man. That's some of the stuff we're going to get into today. I'm super excited about that, And let's start it like this. Human beings are hardwired to grow, thrive, and succeed. This is scientific truth. Listen to this. Humans are biologically equipped for continuous growth through these several things. Neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity. That's the process where our brain recognize and form new connections based on learning and experiencing things. This was a study that was done back in 2007. You can look it up. Look up what neuroplasticity is. That's the process where the mind can form new connections and wires every time it learns something new. So that shows you that your brain, even now, like we talked about before, you heard the lie, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. That's a fallacy. It's a lie. Your brain it can always grow. It's made to grow and keep growing. You don't get old or nothing. Your brain stop growing. It's called neuroplasticity. Plasticity. Look it up. You know what I'm saying. But it says our brain recognizes and forms new connections based on learning and experience. Another thing, DNA expression is called epigenetics. Shows we can active and suppress certain genes based upon our environment, mindset, and habits. Look, your DNA expression is called epigenetics. It shows that we can activate or suppress certain genes based on our environment, our mindset, and our habits. Why is that important? That means if you can isolate certain genes based upon your mindset, that means you are not fixed. That means you're not a tree. You can move. You're not stuck. The human body and the mind was designed for growth. Even in our DNA, we're always growing, right? This is true stuff. Studies show that adults who keep learning and adapting retain sharper cognitive and emotional stability longer. This was an article done by the Journal of Aging and Health in 2022. Studies show that adults who kept learning and adapting retain sharper cognitive and emotional stability longer. So no matter how old you are, if you keep learning, your brain and your body is going to keep growing. That means we're not fixed. We don't have to keep thinking the same way. We can be different. We can change what we think. You don't have to be stuck in the same belief system. Listen, this stuff is only important because we realize this is how we change our lives. This is how we change our lives. And if we keep being stuck in the same mindset, it's going to still keep producing the same situations. And statistically, 87% of people wake up every day in jobs they hate and relationships they don't want to be in. Anytime we can say that, and this is a study that shows this is facts worldwide, that means we are unhappy as a people. We're unhappy as a society, as a world. Overall, in 2025, 87% of people walking around the world are unhappy. Anytime you're not doing what you love, anytime you feel stagnant and stuck, it's going to create depression. It's going to make you feel away, as they say. Welcome to the morning shift, man, with Corey Cofield, where we shift your perspective to only see what you wish to experience. Just take a quick second to say, listen, if you can, go over to YouTube, man, and give me a subscribe. A sub. It's Corey_Cofield. I'm looking to bring some new content out, shoot some real good stuff, man. I'm really excited about that. So all that stuff will be on YouTube. So if y'all could, Corey_Cofield on YouTube, man, get at me. Get at me. You can also go to the website, CoreyCofield.com, and that lets you see what I do. Like I said, I'm a transformational guy. I help people find their passions, and I give them detailed steps on how to get to it, right? Author of the book, Follow Your Yellow Brick Road, Your Passion Leads to Your Provision. This book is telling individuals how to get the life they deserve and to get the life they want. That's what he's doing. And so, yeah. And today we're talking about the truth is in the pudding, saying that we got to have the right perspective. And when we have the perspective that we win, if you got the perspective that you were designed to win, then you wake up different. You go into your day different. Then you realize that you was meant to be amazing and great. Listen, don't doubt nothing today. Don't doubt nothing. If you woke up today and you hearing these words, it's going to be okay. I promise you it's going to be okay, y'all. Regardless of what it looks like, God has not lost control. God has not lost control, man. I'm telling you that. See, listen. If certain people can keep you scared, if certain people can keep you scared, if they can keep us scared as a world, it keeps us limited. Fear is a repellent to your dreams. So as long as we walking around scared about what's going to happen, you're actually you actually pushing away what's meant for you. And guess what else you do when you scared? How you gonna survive? You look for something to cling to, and the system wants you to cling to them. Depend on us. We're gonna feed you. Don't worry about it. Here's your EBT. Here's your checks. Here's your this. Here's your this. Don't worry about it. We got you. But what I'm trying to tell you is, your dream was meant to take care of you. Did you know every person has that inside of them, the ability to provide for themselves without needing a single individual? Every single person was designed that way. I'm telling you, point blank. Now, if you want to say, okay, I want to work for someone else's dream, it's all good. It's cool. I'm never knocking nobody for that, if that's what you want to do. But if you know that you were meant to be amazing, if you know that, not that you're not, excuse me, let me say this. Not that you're not amazing. If you working for somebody else, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking that, because some people, honestly, that's their dream. They want to just get a job, get a husband, and live their life like that, man. Then you got other people that say, no, I want to operate on a higher level. I want to live how I want to under my own terms. I want to create a financial wall in between the world and my family that nothing can penetrate. I want to be able to control my destiny with my gift. If you think like that, then it's imperative that you move at a higher level to be able to control your destiny. Nobody can fire me. Why? Can nobody fire you from your dream? Did you know that? Can nobody fire you from your calling? And so we have to cultivate that. We have to, first of all, you have to get the perspective that it was meant to be. You have to get the perspective that it was meant to be, right? You got to get the perspective that you were meant to win. And that's why we're talking about this today. Because as long as we can say, I win, as long as you can know for sure that you were designed to win, it gives us a confidence. And that's why we're talking about this today. And in life, yeah, you're going to go through some things, but it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. It's some trying times right now, but you've always made it. You've been tested, but you always made it. Because you know what? At the end of the day, trials creates greatness if handled properly. Pressure creates diamonds. We talked about that last week. How pressure creates diamonds. Did you know you would never know what it was like to be full if you was never hungry? Did you know you would never know what it was like to be healthy if you never had a cold? It's a verse I remember hearing. Back in the day when I was young, my father was a pastor. He passed away. But I grew up in the church, like on the front row. And I'm talking about back in the day when you couldn't sleep, that somebody would come pinch you or maul you. Y'all don't even know what that means. Some of us, maul you is when they take their finger, they put their knuckle like this, and they put it in your head and turn it. And you be crying afterwards. They didn't play. Right? And I remember hearing this scripture back then where it said a certain man, excuse me, a certain man had a disease or something, right? And somebody said, surely this man has sinned and his family is wicked. And I remember hearing the man of God said something like, no, this man has not sinned, neither has he been, neither have he offended God. He said, but this thing he has so that the glory of God can be realized. I remember hearing that when I was younger. So it was saying this guy was going through stuff, and it wasn't because he was a bad person. It was because God wanted to show up for him and show out. So pretty much God's stunting. He let him go through it so he can help him out of it. Listen to that. Now y'all go look that up yourself. And so a lot of times we go through stuff, we think it's because it's some trial. It's got to be something. You over there praying, oh, Father, lift everything. I bind that devil in the name of Jesus, and I bind and I cancel every. All that ain't even necessary. Some of us call the devil name out more than we do God. I bind the devil. It's saying, the enemy, always talking about the enemy and what the enemy doing. You don't never hear me talk about that. Why? Because I vibrate so high, he don't even touch me. I can't even get around low energy people because I don't vibrate that low. So why you got to keep mentioning that? You got to keep praying, God. You talk to God about the enemy. God, I bind that enemy. Your whole prayer be binding the enemy, and he already bound. He lost. We win. It's over. That's why Yahshua says finished. It's over, bruh. We win. The movie shot. The credits have rolled. And so why do I gotta bind something that's already bind? And then if you bind them and you cancel them and you do all this one day, shouldn't he be still like that the next day? But you gotta go and do it all over again the next day. And then the next day you gotta do it again and do it again and do it again. And your whole time you just binding the enemy. Whatever is your focus gonna be your life. So if you spend your time and your mind focused on binding the enemy and what the enemy is doing, you're going to continue to see that in your life. I have no thought of what no enemy trying to do to me. I have no thought of what no hater trying to do to me. I have no thought of what somebody out there talking. The king do not spend time talking to the peasants. I know that may sound rude, but that's the old saying that they say. I don't got time to be thinking about that, man. It don't matter. I got something to do. I'm out here taking care of my business. Come on. Feel me? Like that's it. I'm out here taking care of my business. I don't have time for that. So we don't have time to focus on that. I don't have time to focus on what the enemy doing. And guess what? Listen to this. This is a whole nother point. Now, I done got off my subject a little bit, but I got to say this. Because this is my problem when it comes to church and spiritual people like that. Not spiritual people, but religious people. When they up in church with all this stuff, but you still binding the same thing every single day. You still saying the same thing every single day. And you go to these churches, 90, I'm going to say 95% of the people in there still broke, still sick. Right? That's because it's being done improperly. That's why I left. And I'm doing what I'm doing for God on my own. I really am. I know God, and I'm pointing people to God. I'm telling you, God got something for you to do. God love you. Come outside of all the religious mess. Go straight to the God and say, what do I have to do? Show me, God. What do I need to do in my life so I can be better, so that I really can be healed, so that I can really be financially secure? And you know what he's going to say? As a man thinketh, so is he. And that's why I'm here today saying, listen, we got to switch our perspective. We got to think different. We got to think different. Charles Etta don't be playing. Charles Etta don't be playing, bro. She said, on TikTok, if y'all are here, somebody posted on Facebook, said, I ain't giving it no ground. Definitely don't have no time for the foolery. Flat out. We don't got time for that. Right? So if you spend your time thinking about what your haters and your enemy is doing, and are you praying to God the whole prayer time, you talking about binding with the enemy, God, stop these haters, and you ain't got to do none of that. Don't you know they already stopped? All you got to do is get on your yellow brick road. This is going to lead you to where you need to go. You need to focus on your calling. Listen to your heart. Because when God tell you to leave that Negro alone, do it. When God tell you that girl wasn't meant for you, that relationship is meant to be cut off, cut it off and quit playing. That's what's going to lead us to where we need to be. When we change our perspective and when we hear God and do what he say do. Period. When you hear God, that's the only thing that matters. Because he going to direct you. And that's why God, I say, put the blueprint down. Get a blueprint about our life, y'all. We talking about that on our Monday. Tonight is the Mind of Fest meetup. Tonight is powerful, y'all. It's powerful. We'll be on Zoom tonight at 6:30 p.m. PST. If you want the link, just DM me and I can shoot you the link. It's called the Mind of Fest meetup. You know what I'm saying? And it's a group where we got all walks of life people in there, right? And just people that's vibrating high, holding themselves accountable to goals, right? You got to be around high vibrating people, and a lot of times it's hard to find people who operate at a high level, who's holding themselves accountable. You know, y'all see my moderator, right? Be like, she there. You know what I'm saying? Got a lot of stuff going on. Foundations. We got high quality people that's watching what they speak. Charles Etta, the young lady who she's a travel agent. If y'all want that, look her up, Charles Etta. She's in the comments. She can take you anywhere in the world, man. And she look out for the love. Ain't trying to rob you. You feel me? Yeah, I'm put it right there. Look her up on Facebook, Charles Etta Hawkins. You feel me? We got real people that's doing real big stuff, and they be there because hey, they helping put the vision down to help people be better. That's what it's about, y'all. But you know what I'm saying? It's just time to move at a high level. It's just time to operate at a high level. It's just time to only see what you wish to experience. That you know you can literally create your life. Did you know that? You can create your life based upon what you think. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So listen, it's the last point I'm gonna make on this. Did you know you can get to a point where you vibrate so high, the so-called devil can't even touch you? Did y'all know that? Listen. There go the travel agency right there. I put it on the. I put it in the on the screen, y'all. That's the travel agency, Charles Etta Hawkins. Feel me? Get her. Take you anywhere across the world, bro. It's real deal. We got a lot of stuff coming up. We got something called The Experience we putting together in August, where we taking on a beautiful reset trip where we gonna go and we gonna get to it. We gonna leave, and when we come back, we're gonna be on fire with businesses and goals and just reset. Sometimes you gotta pull away, get around high vibrating people to recharge and come back to the world and attack your dreams. So we going through that. It's called The Experience. Y'all will be hearing about that pretty soon. And I'm partnering with Charles Etta and our travel agency to get this done. So it's gonna be amazing. Y'all keep your eye open for that. We got 16 spots. That's it. Because we said we want to keep it small and powerful. So I'm telling you now, when you see that, when you see it, you better jump on it. We only got 16 spots. We're taking 16 people. The house in Montana is so cold. Like, I promise you, if you see this house, it's mansion, it's amazing. We're going to do things like sound baths, right? Guided meditations, just resetting our mind, resetting our hearts. That's what we're going to be doing. It's going to be crazy. Exactly. Talking about the enemy. So look, let me thank you, Charles. I'm going to get back on point with this one thing I'm going to say about this. It's no need for you to keep binding the enemy, so-called enemy. Did you know that you can vibrate so high that you can't even be touched at all? And that's where I'm at right now in my life. I'm going to give you an example. We going back to the Bible where people can relate to it, right? It's a point where in the Bible, the enemy, the devil, y'all say, he walked before God and he said, God, he walking to and fro and God looking at him. And the guy asked him, man, what you doing? He said, I'm walking to and fro, up and down. I'm looking and seeking who I can devour. The enemy walking before God. And he said, I'm looking for who I can devour. The enemy said that. The devil, who can I tear up? Right? Who can I tear up? Who can I take apart? He looking for this person, actively looking. He couldn't find him, right? And listen to this. This is the amazing part. God said, have you considered my servant Job? Have you considered Job? And the devil said, Job? Why would I consider Job? You got a hedge of protection around him that I can't even touch him. I can't do nothing to him, so I don't even consider him. Guess what? You can get to a point where the enemy don't even consider you because you're so protected by God. So why do you gotta keep saying I buying all this stuff every day? Take the time that you go before God to talk about what you want, to thank him for what he given you and your ideas. Use your time for that. You ain't gotta bind nothing. It's already bound. You ain't gotta mention him. He's taken care of already. It's a done deal. No weapon formed against me. Come on. No weapon formed against me will prosper. And every tongue that rise up against me, I ain't gonna even go there. I ain't gonna even finish that. If you know, you know. Now, all that was a side note. I'm telling you that you was meant to be great and you was destined to win. And there's nothing in the whole universe that can stop you. I just showed you how the so-called devil and enemy can do nothing with you. I showed you how right now. I just told you how Right now, he can't do nothing with you. Come on, man. You win. It won't work. And Perel, God dang, you're a warrior. You keep going. I'm talking to my moderator. Powerful woman, man. Is doing a lot of great work for her kid who lost his life 12 years ago to a form of cancer. And now she got a foundation that's putting together the work to help other people. It's called the Be Like Foundation. Check her out. If you're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, not Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, you can see her on the screen. Look her up. Look her up. Y'all can see her on TikTok in the comments. See the one that just put it won't work. Look her up. Listen, we win. And I'm here to let you know, give you the right perspective on Monday, God Day. This is a God Day. This is a new beginning, a fresh start. Be excited. Be excited. We woke up today. We woke up today, man. Shh. Woo. We talking about the enemy, bro. She said he has no other choice but to flee. No other choice. Because we win. Did y'all know it's no war? There's no war. There's no war. I'm talking about in our lives. The war already been won. So all we got to do is get to it. Get to it. One more thing. You deserve it. One more thing. You deserve it. And guess what? I keep thinking this camera is blurry. I don't know. Dang. You deserve it. You deserve it. God is not looking to punish you because of your past mistakes and everything you've done. God is not looking to listen to this. If you had a kid and your son messed up, would you give him a disease because he did something bad? Would you take his house because he did something bad? Would you make him lose his job in the way that he eats because he did something bad? So what make us think that God does that to us? We are, listen, today we're talking about the truth is in the pudding. And so I'm just giving you truths. I'm giving you perspectives that's true. That if you change your mind and you see these perspectives, it's going to draw things to you. And the perspective that God is not mad at us, God is not looking to punish us, that he wants you to win. God wants you to have everything abundantly as you want it. If you like food, God wants you to eat the best food in the world. If you like the dress, God wants you to come through so swagged out. If you like cars, God wants you to have the best one ever. If you like women, God wants you to have the most beautiful wife you ever could think of. He wants you to have the most perfect husband that life can create. God only does it exceedingly and abundantly. He only do it big. And just like our Father, you can do it big. And you don't have to feel no way. You don't have to feel no way. You don't have to feel no way about it. You deserve it. And let me bag it up so people that say, you reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. If you have that perspective, you will. But according to Psalms 103, God don't operate like that. He don't repay you for what you deserve. God don't repay you to show you a lesson. That's not God. He don't operate like that. He don't operate like that. God don't pay us back. Psalms 103 said, I will not treat you as your sins deserve, nor reward you according to your iniquities. As far as the heavens is from the earth, so far have I removed your transgressions from you, because I realize you're just dust. See, a lot of us got a wrong perspective when it comes to God. God is not up there with a big belt trying to whoop you every time you do something wrong. That's not God. That's a lie. See, and let me tell you the reason why the so-called church started putting condemnation in the church. Because once a person feels guilty, they will do anything to get out that guilt. Once a person feels guilty, they'll give money to make themselves feel better. They'll serve in church to make themselves feel better. Did you know? Let me tell you how it all started. Back in the day, the Roman Catholic Church, this is truth. The Roman Catholic Church started making people pay based upon the sins they've done. That was the law, right? The so-called law. So if you messed up, you would go to the priest and you say, priest, I messed up. I looked at this girl butt and I lusted. You go and say, priest, I messed up. I looked at this girl butt and I lusted about what it would be like to know her. You know, back in the day, they called it when you SCX, and they say he knew her. So I thought about how I knew her, right? The priest would say, "Oh, that's lust." So now to be forgiven, you have to give me 3 goats, 2 chickens, and a lamb. The dude got that, but he said, "You know what? I don't have no lamb." Did you know the Roman Catholic Church sold him the lamb? So they started using guilt to help build the church. So when people was guilty when they sinned, they will offer the church different things. And that just passed on. What do you do when people feel guilty in church? They give. They give more money. They give their time because they're trying to earn a good relationship with God. But did you know you can't earn a relationship with God? No matter how good you think you are, you can never earn a relationship that God will forgive you. Don't you know it was done by Yahshua? That's the only way that you can be forgiven. So when people feel guilty, they do more, they give more to try to feel better. And so the church prospers off of that. But God said in Psalms 103, I will not treat you as your sins deserve, or reward you according to your iniquities. And then he said, you know why? You know why I'm not going to try to pay you back? And I said, why? He said, because you're just dust. You're just human, Corey. I know you're human. I know you're going to fall straight on your face, get back up, cry to me, God forgive me, and you're going to fall again. And you're going to fall again. It's going to always happen. But you get better at it. And before you know it, less and less things happen. But once you trust God truly, you know that he loves you. Before you know it, different things that just fall off. And you'll find yourself not wanting to do certain things. Like if you got a kid, you know, a girl or something, a man, just say a man and a girl. I know I can overpower a girl if I wanted to. And I know in my mind there's nothing she can do to stop that. But why would I do that? I don't want to hurt her, right? So I don't do it, even though I can. And so when your relationship changes with God, You say, I know I can do certain things, but I don't want to because I know it'll hurt you, God. So I refrain from that, not because you're going to punish me for doing it, but because I know that you don't like that. So I'm going to refrain from behaving like that. You know why? I know I can, and God's not going to hold it against me, according to Psalms 103, but why would I do it? Why would I do it? God wants to bless us more than we want to be blessed. He wants to prosper us and give us life more abundantly. Somebody, Charlesetta put that in the chat. I read it out loud for people on TikTok. That's Jeremiah 29:11. That's what God said about us. He only wants us to win. Welcome to the morning shift for Corey Cofield, where we shift your perspective to only see what you wish to experience. And the things we're talking about today is the truth is in the pudding. And we just talking about truths to be able to realize that, no, God wants you to win. God looking for you to prosper, that we were built to win. It's in our DNA. There is no way we can lose. I love y'all, man, really. And I just want us all to win. And I know you've been doubted. I know it's hard. I know sometimes you wonder how you're going to be able to make it. But I promise you're going to win. I promise you it's going to be okay. Just keep believing and don't give up. Don't give up. And know that it's never been anything that's been built of substance that didn't have barriers. Any construction site you see, you're going to see some barriers, some cones. But those barriers and cones are meant to protect you. So when you run into things and different things happen in your life, know that if you're on your path, if you're on your yellow brick road, it's only meant to make you better. All things work for good. Be like or Charzetta. Can y'all pull that up? Just put that in the chat for me. I can't remember where it was, but all things work for good for those who are called according to his purpose. So even when you go through something bad, God said all things work for the good. So even when it's supposed to be bad, it's good. Not bad meaning bad, but bad meaning good. There it is. That's that Run DMC. But I can't think about that. I can't think of what exactly how it's said. But I'm telling you right now, all things work for your good. You were meant to win. You were meant to win. And so wake up today with a perspective to know that there's no way you can lose. With a perspective to know that it's just a matter of time. Watch your mind. Watch your thoughts. Watch what you're thinking about. Forgive people. I know it's hard, man. I'm going through stuff in my life right now where I gotta man up and put some stuff behind me. But it's hard. It really is. It really is. But like I said before, the reason why I put the bricks, if y'all look at this, the bricks look rugged. The bricks look rugged. If you rode your bike over it, it'd be one of them bricks that say, right? But that lets you know that sometimes your yellow brick road, your path, your calling is going to be a little rugged. But according to be like, through it up, all things work for your good. That's Romans 8:28. All things work for your good. All things work for your good, man. All things work for your good. Romans 8:28. So if you're going through something and you on your calling and you doing what you know you doing what God told you to do, you know you're gonna win in the end. Hold on, I'm streaming on TikTok as well, y'all. So they're asking me things, so I gotta kind of respond. So look, let me go over this one more thing, and I'm jumping off. I'm gonna let y'all go. You know, let's go over this right quick. How to break free from limited beliefs that block your path and your goals. Okay? Limited beliefs, I'm not good enough, are usually subconscious mental scripts formed through trauma, failure, or repetition. Steps to break free. Awareness. Identify your belief by journaling or listening to inner self-talk. Identify what you thinking. Yesterday, I found myself, I kept finding myself just like, I had a situation happen and it really hurt me, right? And I'm really still angry about it. And I found myself yesterday just having arguments with the person and they weren't even there. In my mind, I'm like, shit, excuse me. Right. And the person ain't even there. How many times y'all done that? I know I ain't the only one. You be arguing a whole situation and the person ain't even there, and you say what they said. You say what you think they gonna say, and you answer it. Oh shit, oh what you done? Huh? What's up, shoot? And I'm like, ugh. But guess what? What I'm so proud of, I am absolutely, and Perel, I absolutely gonna let it go today, right now. Matter of fact, it's gone. It's gone right now. Listen, real things happen. Real things happen. But it's all how we respond to it. It's all how we respond to it. And I'm telling you right now, we can make a choice to not be the same. Right? So what I had to do yesterday, I had to really think about what I was thinking about. To be honest. And so we talking about how to break free from having these limited beliefs. How do you break free from having these limited beliefs that harm you? Right? And number one is awareness. Identify your beliefs by journaling or listening to your inner self-talk. I caught myself yesterday. Every time I was thinking negative, I was like, here you go. And I had to jump off of it. You replace it with a good thought, right? You challenge the belief. Ask, is this always true? Or where did I learn this? When you get a negative belief come in your mind, ask yourself, where did this come from? And is it really true? Right? Then you replace it with the truth. Affirmations like, I am capable of growing with victory, or I will win, or no weapon formed against me will prosper when you have a fear thought, right? Then you reinforce the thought through action. You go out and do something. Because remember, when the mind when you do the different, you learn something, the mind your mind rewires and it grows. So reinforce the thought with action. Small wins rewire the brain and builds confidence, right? Now, this is the last thing I'm going to say. No, the one more thing after this, then I'm done. Research from the Journal of Cognitive Psychology said it shows that people who practice cognitive reframing reduce anxiety and increase performance by up to 50%. So people who practice reframing from negative thoughts, they increase their performance by up to 50%. So you can see the proof is in the pudding, man. The last thing I'm going to say is gratitude. It was a study done by Emis and McLeod in 2023. They said gratitude increases well-being. So be more grateful. It was a Harvard study showed that people who have a strong sense of meaning or faith are 30% more likely to thrive in areas of life. Keep believing. I love y'all, man. I appreciate you. And so, like I was asking y'all before I go in, if y'all can run over to YouTube, Corey _ Cofield, and give me a follow on YouTube. We got a lot of good content that we're about to be filming. We got our merch. You can go to CoreyCofield.com and see all our custom merch. We got some really good stuff. Make America Dream Again. I do not endorse any political party at all. I do not endorse any political party, but this hat is a statement to say this is what we need to be doing. Believing again. Right? Your dreams create your reality. Right? And we got our Do Not Disturb merchandise. How many know sometimes you got to put yourself on D&D? Put yourself on D&D so you can get what you got to do in life, man. We got all this custom merch on our site. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people say they never saw me without a hat. You feel me? Yeah, my line in a little challenge. You feel me? But my stuff's still there. And I don't have no bald spots. Yeah, I got hair. People be like, oh, you got hair? Yeah, man. 53, I ain't 93. Let me see what y'all saying in the comments, man. Damn. Motivated Monday. That's what it is. Appreciate y'all. Emperor, what are you laughing at? What you Because I show my hair, she be having me cracking up. Hey, so look, I love y'all, man. Have an amazing day today. Make it a great day and having intentional thoughts. I said, what you laughing at? She put you. Have intentional thoughts today. Have intentional thoughts. Monitor your mind and make sure you keep what you want to experience at the forefront of your mind, okay? And so look, last but not least, if y'all want to support the movement, like I said, go over to CoreyCofield.com. We got our custom merch over there. You can help us that way, or you can shoot a Cash App. You feel me? CTE Cash. C as in cat, T as in Tom, E as in Edward, Cash. If you want to do that, just to let you know what it'll do is we looking to film new content, new talks. Like if you go to my Instagram, you'll hear like different podcasts and different things that's giving people the information. Like we talked about today. I want to do that stuff in long form, right? Have other guests come in. The stuff costs to be able to get the message out, but you can help somebody dream again. You can help somebody get back to what they love and help them get a hold of life. A lot of people is depressed. Like we talked about, 87% of people waking up every day in jobs they hate. Those people are on the road with you, mad because they going to their job. That's why road rage happens. That's why all this stuff happens. Did you know that over 80% of heart attacks happen on Monday morning before 10 a.m.? Did y'all know that? Is it 80 or 50%? It's either 50 or 80% of heart attacks happen Monday morning before 10 a.m. Even if it's 50%, that's crazy. Because people are doing things that they don't want to do. And so my goal is to help people find their passions and get them back to loving what they do. And that protects all of us, right? So again, love y'all. I'll be here tomorrow, 5:30 a.m. PST. Okay, share the live with somebody. Hit the playback and share it for me, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have an amazing day, and I love you. God damn.